All right, what did we say that the word percent means? What does per mean?
100.
No.
Wait. For everyone?
For every. Or for each. What does cent mean?
100.
100. Okay. So I have the number 100 up here because when we're talking about percents, the number that we're focusing on is per 100. 100 is the number that is the focus of this whole thing. Now, when we first started math this year, we talked about what the word of means in math. And we've talked about it every time we've done word problems. Who can tell me what the word of means in math? Multiplication. So, we can use an X, we can use a star, we can use a dot, we can use parentheses. If we have a number and a letter, we can write 7p, whatever, okay? But the word of means to multiply. All right? If we have the word of in a word problem, you must multiply. What does the word is mean in math? And we've talked about what the word is means in math. Who remembers?
Subtract, divide, add.
Emily's shirt is black.
Color.
It is means that it equals black. Okay? Is means equals in math. What's the past tense of is? Was. So if you had the word was and is, it doesn't matter which one you have. What are you doing? Stop. It doesn't matter if it's is or was, it still equals, okay? Or have, okay? Have is the plural of is. Doesn't matter. All right? Any form of is means equal. And what? What does what mean? Do we know? We don't know what means, okay? Now, I want to talk about a little bit about why we even need to know how to do percent word problems, okay? How many of you ever go out to eat?
Not a lot.
Sit down in a restaurant?
No,
I don't go out to eat a lot. It's not something that my family does a lot of, but we do go out occasionally. And you may see your parents trying to figure out the tip. They're trying to figure out the tip. What is the tip? What you leave, your waitress or your waiter. It's a percent of your total food cost, okay? So it can be 15%, you usually leave 15 or 20% if your waiter or waitress was very good, okay? That's typically what you leave. So when your parents are trying to figure out how much to leave the waiter or waitress, that's what they're figuring out. They're figuring out a percentage of their total bill, all right? Now, how many of y'all go to the Dollar General and your parents, let's say your parents give you $1, you go to the dollar candy aisle, you get a dollar box of candy, you have $1, you get to the register, can you purchase that box of candy?
No.
Why not?
Because there's tax.
There's tax.
I didn't even get to say it.
Tax. In Chesterfield County, tax is 8%. Okay, so if it's 8%, if you spend $1 on something, how much is your sales tax going to be? 8 cents. You got to move this over and you'll get 8 cents on every dollar. So if it's $1 item, it's really going to be what? $1.08. What if you buy a $5 item?
No, it'll be 5 and 40 cents.
All right, let's go back. What if we buy a $2 item?
$2.16.
$2.16. What'd you have to do to the 8?
Multiply by 2.
You could add 8 cents, or you could multiply by 2. What if we buy a $5 item?
$5.40.
$5.40. Sorry, I didn't mean to look at your paper. Because we've got to multiply the 8 cents times the 5. Okay, y'all. You already know how to do this because you know if your parent sends you in the Dollar General with $1, you can't buy a $1 item because you don't have enough. Okay, because you must add tax to your total. All right, and tax is a percentage. Tax percentage varies from county to county. Florence County is higher than us. If you've ever been to the beach, Horry County is about 10%. I think it's 10%. So their percentage is higher than ours. Okay. What? That go ask Mr. Sterling. That is a Mr. Sterling lesson for him to do. So I'm gonna pass out your paper for today. Alvin, what do you need, son?
You know how you say like you check the like the people,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they call, what's that called? A waitress?
The waiter or the waitress.
Yeah. What happens if you just give them a dollar?
It depends on how much your ticket, how much your bill is. The dollar should be 20% of your bill. If your bill is $50 and you leave them $1, you have not left them 20%. Because 1/5, 20% of $50 is $10. If you eat out at a restaurant where someone is waiting on you, you are supposed to leave a tip. Where they come and bring your food to the table,
I go
you.
to Corral, right? No.
Um,
Really bad server.
do they? I haven't been there in a long, long
They
time.
call it
I'm so glad that I have people talking while I'm talking. If they have people come to your table and bring you drinks and food and ask you if you need something, then those are waiters and waitresses. Okay?
I got 2.
Okay. All right, so at the top of your paper, it has the 3 words that we just talked about. Is means what?
Equals.
Equals. Okay? So I'm going to put an equal sign right there. Okay? Sorry, Kaylee.
I would just put the sign on and write it out.
What does of mean? It means multiply. So I'm going to put an X, a star, a dot, or parentheses. Because all of those things mean to what? To multiply. What means a variable? And I'm going to draw a little arrow because I'm going to write something right here, okay? If we are looking for a percent, I suggest that you put a P, okay? If we're looking for a number, I suggest that you put an N. Yes, sir. I'll come do the window in just a second. If it says what and you want to put an X, please make sure that your X is an italicized X or some kind of cursive X, because if you just put a regular X, it's not going to work, because you're going to have an X for multiplication. Okay, why can't you see something? You've never worn glasses in here. Well, then you need a bring. Open this up. It's on here. All right. When you are given a percent, this is very important. When you are given a percent in a word problem, you cannot calculate using the percent written as a percent. You are going to have to change the percent to a decimal or to a fraction, or it will not work, okay? You cannot do the math if you leave it as a percent, okay? You've got to change it. Now, we've got some percent word problems right here, and we're going to work these out. We are going to follow these steps that I have listed right here. The first one says to rewrite from words to math, all right? So, I left you room right here to write, but because I have some people at the back, I'm going to write up here so that everybody can see. Okay, so it tells us to rewrite from words to math. So 35, is that math or words?
35 is words. No, that's math.
That's math. So I'm just going to write 35. Is that math or words?
Words.
Words. So what does is mean in math?
Equals.
Equals. So if I'm to do math, what do I need to put?
Equals.
Equals. What percent? If we've got what, that means we don't know what it is. We need to put a variable. If we're looking for a percent, what variable do I need to put?
P.
A P. And I'm going to put a P right there. What does of mean? Multiply. So I'm going to put X. 700, is that math or words? Math. So I'm going to write 700. Now, let's look at, some of y'all have steps 5, 6, 7, 8. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I didn't do that. And I wrote that real big. Follow along.
What do you want us to write?
All right. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So what am I going to divide by? 700. So my 700s over here cancel out, and I'm left with what? Just with what? P. And I have 35 over 700 over here. And I want to talk about this for just a second. CJ, is your hand up? Okay. 35 over 700. We know that if we want a percent, what do we want in the bottom? A 100, okay? Can I change 700 to 100?
Yes.
Yes. What do I divide by?
7.
7, okay? 700 divided by 7 would give me 100. Can I divide 35 by 7?
Yes.
Yes. So let's do that. Let's divide by 7. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 700 divided by 7 is 100. I've got a P here because I'm looking for a percent. Is 5 100ths a percent? No. What is my percent? 5. It's the number over 100. So 5% equals the percent. I'll get it in just a second.
So it's 5%. This is this called people?
Is what called puberty? Your age?
Yeah, if you're I was also
It's
about
called
to
acne. That's acne.
Oh my god.
That's kind of something.
Oh my god.
All right, stop talking, please. Let's see if that note's not called up. All right, I'm gonna write the second one up here, and we're gonna talk about it for just a second because it is a little bit different than the one we just did. We have 7 is 20%. of what number? So,
So why does that?
7. Is 7 math or words?
Seven is math.
It's math, so write 7. What does is mean in math? Equals. Now, 20% is where it gets a hair bit tricky, okay? So, what do I need to put for 20%?
20%.
20%, but can I use it as a percent?
Yes. No.
Look right here.
I don't think so.
Let's look here. When you are given a percent in a word problem, it must be converted to a decimal or a fraction to perform mathematical operations. So, can we leave it as 20%? No. We either need to change it to a decimal or a fraction. Which one do you want to do?
Decimal.
A decimal. So, if I change it to a decimal, what do I have to do? Move that thing 2 places to the left. So I have 2 tenths, a percent sign.
I forgot what it was called.
What does of mean? Times. What number? What did I tell you to put if you're looking for a number? No. You're looking for a number. What should you put? N. You're looking for a number.
Did you say
N. Number N. Percent P. So that helps you know what you're looking for, sir.
Are you gonna take up our math data sheets? Our math.
Are you here, honey? Are you here? Okay. All right. Is this an algebraic equation that we've looked at before? Have we looked at a problem like this before? Yeah, we have. Chapter 3, decimals. We've already done one like this. What operation is this? Times. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide both sides by what? 2 tenths. So over here it cancels out and I'm left with what? N. And I've got 7 divided by 2 tenths. Well, what have I told you about dividing a fraction like this? What do we need to remember? Inside, outside. Inside, outside. Some of us had forgotten that on the math test. So what goes inside my box?
The inside
Is a 7. What goes on the outside of my box? That's the 2 tenths. Can I do this like this?
No. So then
No.
you move the little dot, whatever it's called. Your decimal.
So where's my decimal here?
You put a 0 and then or a decimal then a 0.
Then I need to move it. So what's going to go in my open spot?
The 0.
Am I going to leave it looking like this?
No.
Nope. So I'm going to have a 2 on the outside, and what am I going to have on the inside? 70. I want you to do that division.
I got it.
Who's it? Is that your paper?
I don't know what to
Oh, yay.
say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You just made my day.
Is it the
Made my
red
day.
potato?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Why you get that?
All right, so what did you get, Alvon?
I don't know.
How many times will 2 go into 7? How many?
3 times.
3.
So
3 times 2 is
6.
6.
And you bring down that 0. And
7 minus 6 is? Bring down my,
There'll be a 5.
that'll be a 5. So, n equals what? 35. So, 7 is 20% of,
35.
ma'am,
You can't see the black lettering on that. Over there at the top.
oops. Okay, that's better. Thank you, I'm sorry. All right, now, the third one. Let's do this. The third one. I want you to take the third one and write it from words to math by yourself. By yourself. All right. When we have what should I put there?
An 8.
An X. What does is mean?
It means equal.
Equals 8%. Can I leave it like that? Nope. So what do I have to do?
Make it a decimal fraction.
Make it a decimal or fraction. What do you want to do?
Decimal
You want a what?
fraction.
She wants a fraction. So how am I going to write that as a fraction? 8 over 100. What does of mean?
Multiply.
And I can leave 40 like it is. Okay. How many people change that to a decimal? That's fine. If you changed it to a decimal, you can leave. It would be this. I'm gonna write it down here.
I thought I was going to be wrong.
Oh. Now what do we do?
Put a variable
We already did that.
for use the inverse of
But my unknown's by itself. So do I have to use inverse? No, I do not have to use inverse. I can just what? I can just multiply. Do it. I want you to do it.
Do we have to add the zeros in there too? Or just the 8?
Do the zeros matter?
You know when you can do that? You can do 8 times 4 and add a 0. Look, 8 times 4 and then add a 0.
But then what do you have in the bottom?
Well, 100. Wait, hold on.
Work independently. I did something wrong.
I got 0 0.70.
You did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Not very good.
The teacher does that one.
I did. Let's see. No, I didn't. How many people, if you did your fraction, got 3 1/5? If you did it with a decimal, how many people got 3 2/10? Well, what did y'all get?
So you see, so I kind of so I got 3.2, and then I thought it was wrong, so then I added a 7 somehow, and then I got 0.7.
Oh, okay. So maybe we should practice a few more, right?
No.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we're practicing. So let's look on the left. The first one is 12% of what number is 45? So what do we have to do with 12%?
Make it 0.12.
Okay. Jenna says let's make it to a decimal. So, oh goodness. I'm going to move it 2 places to the left. Okay. So if I move my percent sign 2 places to the left, I have 12 hundredths. What does of mean? Multiply. What number? What should I put? In. What does it is mean? Equals 45. So how do I solve this?
You do
Division
Divide. What am I going to divide both sides by?
12 or
12 hundredths. And what do we need to remember when we're dividing?
100.
No, I just told y'all. Inside, outside. Can we do that?
no.
So what do we have to do?
Make a decimal.
Moved it up. Oh,
All right, I want you to do that.
it was complicated.
How many times will 12 go into 4?
3.
4.
0.
0.
It'll be 36.
How many times will 12 go into 45?
36.
3. All right, y'all, you got to listen and make sure your numbers are on top of what you're doing. 3 times 12 is 36. 45 minus 36 is what?
9.
90. How many times will 12 go into 90?
7.
7. 7 times 12 is
84.
90 minus 84 is
6.
6. Bring down my 0. How many times will 12 go into 60?
5.
5. So, what does n equal?
That equals
375.
N equals 375.
I have room on this so I can look at that.
That's fine. Doesn't matter where you wrote it.
I was second, he cut it.
Make no sense to me. No, I was confused, but I realized.
All right, let's try another one.
Do we have a worksheet we have to do for this?
Not today. Mm-mm. I told you, what are we going to do Monday?
Word problem.
Mm-hmm. All right, 180 is what percent of 360? So 180, is that math or words?
Yeah. Or that would be half.
Yeah, I just.
What does is mean?
Equal.
Equals. What percent? What do we put for that?
D.
P. What does of mean?
Multiply
360.
360.
360. How do I solve this?
You divide 360 by, wait.
Divide both sides by,
180.
no, I got to get rid of my 360 with my p.
Eighty.
So these 360s cancel out and I have a p. What can I automatically mark off over here? So I have 18 over 36. What can I divide 18 and 36 by? Let's go higher than 2.
4.
No.
No, 6.
All right, 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 36 divided by 6 is 6.
Oh my God. This is awful.
Can I finish? Can I go again?
Yes, ma'am.
This is, y'all, this should be, we've already done this. You did this in 5th grade. We've done it in 6th grade repeatedly. This is a skill that you should already have under your belt. What can I divide 3 and 6 by?
3.
3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So how do I write 1/2 as a percent?
0.5.
So half is how much percent?
50%.
50%. So 180 is 50% of 360.
That's a ton of outdoor knowledge. It's like when you jump off and you jump off something, everybody yells 360.
It's a little-
All right, one more. All right, I want you to write this one in math. 20% of 60 is what number? I want you to write it in math. 20% of 60 is what number? All right, what do we have to do to 20%? Can we leave it as a percent? Nope, what do we have to do? Turn it into a decimal or a fraction. So which one do you want to do? A decimal. So I'm going to move my percent 2 places to the left and I have decimal 2. What does of mean? Multiplication. We have 60. What does is mean?
18.
What number? What are we going to put in? All right, I want you to do that. 2/10 times 60.
Can we do it inside on something?
You don't need to.
That would be
Is your variable by itself?
yes.
Yes. If your variable is by itself, do you need to do inside outside? No. What is 20% of 60 is what? 12.